Hello and welcome to the Infectious Group Podcast, part of the Odd Pods Media Network. Recorded at the 33 1/3 Music Appreciation Center in Speakeasy, located just outside of Detroit, Michigan. The Infectious Group Podcast is your source for jammy jams, music news, and the best in-depth music discussion. Thanks for joining us. Now here are your hosts.
Like the nice lady says at the beginning, hello and welcome to the Infectious Group
there we go.
And
Hello.
Kyle starting off with a burp and a bang, and Michelle got her nose all straightened out beforehand.
That was my burp. I would like credit for that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was her that burped.
Oh, I'm sorry. You would like credit for that.
Credit where credit is due, man.
Hashtag Michelle's great. So
Michelle's drinking a beer.
Michelle is drinking a beer. I heard that's good for breast milk, yeah?
It actually is.
We're now a health podcast as well.
Get at me for more parenting tips.
Yeah. Hashtag Michelle's great, except for parenting. We are going to do an album review today, and Kyle has brought forth an album by Matt Maeson. Is that the way to pronounce it? Okay, because I looked at it's an odd spelling, Michelle. Maeson.
How else would you say it?
Mason.
No, how else would you say it?
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Well, we have a lot of problems with pronouncing things, so it's
You
probably
just want to
not
bring
that
up another burp? Maybe add something of substance?
I'm brewing one for you.
Get it going.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Matt Maeson has an album called Bank on the Funeral that came out in 2019.
Yeah.
And Kyle has brought it forth for us to take a look at. So we are going to do that in the second half of the episode. And as we always do in the first half of the episode, we'll get into feedback and our jammy jams and so on. But I do want to say that we picked up another Patreon this week.
We did!
I was very, very, very happy about
I
that.
wish I had a cash register machine.
Thank you very much. It's not like you would hit the button anyways.
I would remember it tomorrow.
Be about halfway through the album review, you hear ching. I can get you a cash register notification. Or
For the one time.
Yeah, we picked up 2 Patreons in the last 2 weeks, so maybe I see a trend.
Maybe there's like a bell sound like when you get shots at the bar when you buy the bar a shot.
Oh, we should do that, yeah. So if you are interested in being a Patreon, you can do that. You can go to patreon.com/infectiousgrouppodcast and help support the show. One thing I do want to make clear is there are a lot of content creators out there, and I'm not shaming anybody for like paywalling anything. There's content creators who work like really hard on extra content that you get if you do Patreon.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We have a ton of content. We have the show every week. We have 2 YouTube videos every week. But all of that is free. Literally, if you go to our Patreon, you're just helping us keep this go. So I don't want anybody to go there and be like, but what do you get, though? Like, you get the joy of...
You get the show.
You get the joy of knowing Michelle can buy more beer.
Is that what that money's for?
That's what the money is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we just got that Total Wine here, so we're going to go with all the money from the show.
Let's go flip it first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should just take it. Any funds we have, we should take down and bet on black and see what happens.
And this will be our last episode.
Yeah. Thank you for enjoying the Infectious Group podcast. We found we are unable to do the show without power. All right, let's get into the feedback.
Feedback, Joe.
Don't worry about that. Right. How would rock and roll be without feedback?
As you might imagine, most or all of our feedback is on the concert crowd situation that we talked about.
That's what we talked about. You ruined it.
We sure did, Michelle. We sure did. And we got a tweet that says, my big concern is when artists pull out of a show due to health regulations at the last minute, which I agree with. Like that all of a sudden has become a thing now that we have to worry about. And I know like you're probably going to know this more than me, Kyle, but like Riot Fest with Slipknot, where they were supposed to play and then they weren't, and then they were, or something, you know. And I could see festival organizers just being like, Jesus, you know, like how are we supposed to not have people that already bought tickets be mad in the crowd that their band's not playing, or you know what I mean? Right. I totally see that. Michelle, here's something you probably don't remember from last week.
Boy.
But Sean and Chris would like for Found, Followed, and Forgotten to be a new segment on the show, which is from Michelle, and they would very much like it to be a t-shirt that says Found, Followed, and Forgotten, which is one of Michelle's signature phrases now, and also Michelle is great.
I did find, follow, and forget something else.
Giant surprise. Is that a part of your Jammy Jams?
No, it's a podcast.
Oh,
it's another podcast.
Sweet.
It's the one that Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd show on Apple TV is based on?
I don't know what you're talking about. Jamie Porter says to us.
Moving on.
Jamie Porter says to us, another fantastic discussion about crowd problems. While I don't have any experience with any out-of-control audiences, my mom's best friend was at the Rolling Stones concert in Altamont.
Oh,
Holy crap.
shit.
where the Hells Angels were, and he puts in quotes, security. She said it was one of the scariest things she's ever been a part of. Also, I think this is directed at you, Kyle. Also, why do we even need rage concerts? Rage concert concerts. That seems like a recipe for disaster. Now you kids get off my lawn. Jamie's feedback. Kyle, would you like to say any comment? I know you personally don't put on the rage culture concerts.
No,
He does rage.
I agree. That's they're actually so Travis Scott just sat down to do the first interview since this whole thing happened, and he just continued to dig himself a bigger hole than what he was already in.
That's no good.
But he was asked in several different ways, what you're perpetuating the rage culture, and he was just like, well, I mean, not really. I mean,
that's a Michelle answer.
Yes, you're asking for trouble if you're asking people to behave like that.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I want to sidebar real quick though, and I know this wasn't what you were saying, but my thing from the media coverage, and we talked about this, was that I didn't hear, at least I didn't hear any media being like, well, what do you expect from a rage culture concert? It was more race related to me, and I was like, could you not?
No, that's not what we're talking about.
What?
We were talking about race.
We were talking about how the media presented the Astroworld situation with racial bias.
I thought you were saying that that's what people were like, yeah, it's all about race.
That's the media was saying that.
Yes, for sure.
And that's why I was
we were not talking about race.
Yeah.
Are you here with us right now?
Good?
What is happening?
Wait. Is this what it likes when you do try and remember something?
Yes.
That's what happens?
Yes.
Okay, could you go back to not remembering anything?
What in the hell just happened?
It's one of those things where you take a thing for granted, and then you see what the other side is like, and I'm like, the grass was definitely greener when she didn't try and remember things.
All right.
So
yeah, I think the media doesn't understand that that's a thing, maybe.
Yeah.
So
they didn't know where to place.
Yeah, it became also because it was a rap festival, rap concert. They like to pull the race card and be like, oh, they don't know how to behave themselves.
Which I thought was just what?
Yes.
I know all of our stance together was what?
Yes.
That was what I thought about it. Nick comes in and says, great show as always. I think the responsibility falls mostly on the venue. The band and the artists are just there to entertain, not perform crowd control, which we all agreed with. It's on the venue to ensure that adequately trained security is in place, especially if a band or artist performing has a reputation of violence in their crowds. It's funny you mentioned Pantera. I saw them in the Palace in the mid-90s, and it was by far the worst experience at a concert I've ever had. Noah was trampled, but I was really surprised that nobody was seriously injured. I left a comment on that it's interesting to me that my worst concert crowd was at the Palace in the same year. Yeah. So it's like maybe the Palace just had an issue that year or something.
That's probably why they closed.
And I mentioned this too, but I was very, very surprised by that. But I went into that Pantera show being like, I might not make it out of this. Yeah. So I was very surprised by
I love Pantera, and I could definitely see how that would be terrifying.
Yeah. It was. Sean and Chris sent us another piece of feedback, and this is about Jammy Jams, and I think they're not going to like the way this goes, but it says, someone better have some Christmas songs as their Jammy Jams this week, or we'll be very disappointed. I can speak only for myself, and we're not to that segment yet, but I think they're going to need to prepare to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
At no point is Christmas music ever to be played.
I grew up in a home without Christmas. My family didn't celebrate holidays, so... And I'm not being funny, that's true. Yeah. So Christmas music was never a thing for me growing up, and then I spent, 20 years working in retail where, you have to hear it all the time. So for me, Christmas music just isn't if you notice in the 2 years of the show, we haven't done a Christmas episode yet. Yes. We're probably not going to, I guess. And then Michelle, I believe you hate either Jesus or Christmas music or both, right?
Both. I just hate Christmas in general.
Is it because not enough people give you gifts?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And also the focus is entirely on Jesus and not you.
And Santa Claus. Who the fuck is Santa Claus, man? I'm doing the gift buying.
Moving along. This one is just something I wanted to share that I thought was cool. I'm always talking about our YouTube channel and vinyl, the videos that we put up, vinyl videos that we put up. And I did a review video the other day of the new Skid Row 7 LP box set, and Skid Row retweeted it to their 118,000 followers, which I thought was really cool.
Sweet. And
I even tagged Sebastian Bach in it, who they hate, and they still retweeted it, which I thought was nice. I thought that was at least nice of them to retweet it. They were probably like, why'd you have to tag Bach? Damn it. And lastly, we have a voicemail, and I always mention this, but if you would like to, you can leave us a message at 313-364-9899. We have a voicemail regarding, this is another point that you brought up last week about concert, and again, in quotes, security.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Hi, this is Pat from Minneapolis calling again. I wanted to leave some feedback on last week's episode. Another great topic, and I want to talk a little bit about my time as concert security. I had the opportunity to work concert security. I was 17, and frankly, the only way I got the job was just going to shows. Big thing was they started recognizing me, and one night they were shorthanded. They asked me if I was interested in working. It tossed me a shirt, and I ended up working a bunch of concerts with them. This was one of the biggest concert security companies in the state of Minnesota, which is kind of scary. They just gave a 17-year-old kid a shirt and let me go, and I was working arena rock shows. So kind of to the point that you guys were talking about last week about being trained, there was no training. So it is kind of scary thinking about putting somebody like that in a position and having that many people around and being in charge of their safety. So I think there's still a lot to be done with that, but I think it's an important topic to discuss when it comes to music, and I really enjoyed listening to the show. Thanks again.
So that is exactly what your theory holds up now.
Yep. You're not only putting a random person in a position of power, but you're putting them in a position where they need to understand how crowds work and how dangerous situations happen.
Pat said, throw a guy a t-shirt and be like, okay, you're responsible for people now.
Well, like Pat's a big dude, so I'm assuming he was a big dude when he was 17, so they're probably like, well, you can handle him, but like that's not what it's about.
Yeah, and he also happens to be a good person, where a lot of people who get into that aren't. Like, for
They're
example,
just looking to fight?
Like I said at the show that I went to last week, where or the week before last, where the security was literally like, "Oh man, I didn't get to rough anybody up." No, you're supposed to not be doing that.
Like, I can totally see how the Rolling Stones thought that the Hells Angels would be like, well, they're scary, so I mean, we're going to use them as security. And all we got to do is pay them in beer. It's fine.
I almost want to do a whole episode of you trying to justify the Hells Angels being good.
But like, I understand, like that would be appealing to think that like, everything's going to be fine if we hire these guys, but that's not how that works.
If nothing else, they probably figured, well, everybody will be too scared to do anything.
Yeah. That's just not how it works.
I would have been like, don't look them in the eye. Don't look at them. All right, that was the feedback. Like I say, you can get at us on Twitter and Facebook and everything. And please also use the voicemail hotline. I absolutely love when we get voicemails, and we greatly appreciate those. 313-364-9899 is the number to use. Moving along. Our jammies. For me this week, I've been listening to a couple things. One, the Brandi Carlile album made a huge return again. It's just so good. Her latest record is, I have the title of it here somewhere, In These Silent Days. And I've always been a fan of her since I first heard her in 2007. But this is her most even album. Like, every song on it is great for one reason or another. Mm-hmm. Whereas in the past, she's had albums that I have bought for one song and then been like, yeah, that's the best song on there. You know what I mean? So it just made a huge return this week. And I actually played it for a couple other people that were like, oh, Jesus, I need to know about this woman, So that, and then Oasis, just either last month or so, they put out a live album from Nebworth 96 that I had been meaning to get to, and I finally did. And do you Oasis, Kyle? Do you Oasis fan?
Yeah.
Like, enough?
Yeah.
Like, okay. And Michelle, you don't care one way or the other about them, do you?
I know who they are.
Oh, great. Somewhere Noel Gallagher just smiled.
That's the guy from Oasis.
I was going to say, he's an Oasis.
Kidding.
Yeah, he's an Oasis, Michelle.
With his brother?
Yes, Liam.
Yeah. See, look at me go.
I saw Oasis once on a tour with the Black Crowes called the Brotherly Love Tour. And
there was no love.
There was no love.
No, definitely not.
And it was like 50 degrees in June. It was the worst. So it was a very, very, very upsetting show.
Was it outside?
It was outside. Yes. Yeah. I was real cold till we got in.
Yeah. Why would he have mentioned the temperature if it was inside?
I know Russ does.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Anyways, so it's Oasis in their prime. It's what's weird about it. It's after their third album came out, but they do like one song from their third album, and it's not even a single. So that's kind of odd. But then the rest of the set list is just like Oasis's greatest hits. It's all the stuff from the first and second record that kill. And they have Oasis has an amazing amount of B-sides from those first two records, where I would argue that the B-sides from those albums are as good or better than the albums, and they do a lot of them on the show. So it sounds good. It's fun. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to make you an Oasis fan if you're not, so I wouldn't go recommend listening to it if you don't already love Oasis, but if you like them, definitely check it out. It was
What if you just know who they are?
Well,
let me put it this way.
in.
For you, Michelle, they do Wonderwall. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So maybe put it on and just listen to that. Actually, we didn't even listen to Wonderwall from it yet, so I'm guessing it's all just the crowd singing the whole song.
So you cannot confirm.
They play it. I'm just assuming it's the crowd singing it. I mean, you've Nebworth, you have 100,000 people, and it's Wonderwall, so I'm assuming it's just you probably can't even hear Liam singing. Liam is the singer.
Thank you.
Kyle, what are your jammy jams?
I honestly have only really been listening to Matt Maeson.
I was waiting for you to be like, Dave,
No.
period.
Dave, question mark?
I re-laughed at that whole segment again last week when I was editing the show.
Yeah, I don't know what to call that guy. He just
I know,
put
there's
a
nothing
period
you
at the
can
end of
do.
his name. I don't know if he
We
wants
need to
call
write him a strongly worded letter.
Well, then how do you say fun? Fun.
Fun. You just say fun.
Fun.
There's no
Period.
there's no exclamation at the end of fun.
Period.
Kyle, you've been listening to Matt Maeson.
What the fuck is happening?
Which, by the way, obviously I listened to that record several times
Yeah.
too, but
So beyond that record, there is a stripped version of that record, and by everything that I think, it's better than the original. But I didn't use that as my album choice because I wanted people to listen to what had come out first,
the original one first. And it's funny that you said, we'll get into it when we get into the thing, but I had thoughts on the album that when I listened to it, I almost went to listen to the stripped one because you told me that you liked it better.
Yeah.
But then I didn't want to delta this review, and I didn't want to come to this to talk about that and end up talking about the stripped one more. So I haven't listened to that yet. But go on.
So on the playlist, I'll put both versions of some of the songs or whatever. But man, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know about this dude if it wasn't for Michelle. So I like.
I did it.
It's like the one time Michelle puts me up on an artist.
And I started listening to it again, and I just cannot get it out of my head. Like
Right on.
it is just stuck. And then she was like, "Oh, there's a strip version of that album," and I was like, "What?"
Nice.
So I went and listened to it, and man, it's just good.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good. Michelle, do you have any jammy jams?
Well, it was going to be the stripped version of the album because I've also
Why
been
is this
listening.
Why is this account? Why can't you have?
What is happening?
I told him about it. He just said I told him about it.
It's okay for other people. Like when you.
Why can't it be my jams too?
I don't know. You're
It can
acting
be.
like it can't be your jams.
Oh, okay. Then that's what it should
No one else is upset about this other than you.
You were just upset.
Yeah, because you were acting like it couldn't be your jams because Kyle was listening to it as well. I have some news
don't
for you, by
share.
the way. If you go on Spotify and you look underneath, there's a number usually for each track. That's how many other people are listening to it as well. So I don't know if you're just looking for stuff no one else is listening to, but
Well, because I always have to go last, and he always steals mine.
I'm sure that's his intent. I'm sure that's absolutely every week. I'm sure he says, "Man, I can't wait till I steal Michelle's
I
jams."
actually I go on your phone and see what you've been
I
listening to.
was just going to say,
and I
he steals my phone,
yeah.
looks at my Spotify, and he's like, gotcha, bitch.
So many conspiracy theories. So little time. So the stripped version
And the
of
regular version.
the regular version of our album for review this week.
Yep.
Okay. And you're mad that Kyle was also.
I mean, I wanted him to listen to it. I didn't want him to be his jams, man.
We're going to take a break. I'm going to take a mental health break from the show. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Matt Maeson album, Bank on the Funeral, and give you our review of it. I need a minute. You're listening to the Infectious Screw Podcast on the Odd Media Network.
I'm Midnight Agent Raw. And I'm Okami. We are the Super Media Bros Podcast. And each week, we give a comedic take on all forms of entertainment, such as movies, music, video games, television, and much more. So put your shades on and listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you... Shades on. We're on.
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Richie. I'm Little Matt.
And here in the 500 Section Lounge, we are three dads who host a family-friendly weekly podcast.
Yep, we laugh, we go on tangents, and we talk to great guests.
Tangents? I don't know what you're talking about with that. You know, there are gases leaking.
All right, okay.
Yeah, we have legendary conversations from sports to history and everything in between.
So be on the lookout for what we do next.
And always be there to
Grab a listen.
Ask and you shall receive.
We are back, and someone doesn't understand how audio works and talk right at
Somebody
the top
should
there.
mute my mic.
Somebody should mute your mic. We are going to get into our album review, so here it comes.
The Infectious Screw Podcast.
Album review.
I'm sure I'll say something dumb.
She will. And we will get to that in just a minute. We are doing our album review, and this time it is Kyle's choice. He brought us Matt Maeson, Bank on the Funeral, which is an album. I had a hard time finding the release date for this one, which is weird. Like everywhere I looked was just like, it happened in April of 2019. Like it didn't, there was no specific date. And then I found one article that said next Friday, Matt Mason's several EPs will be put together and released as an album called Bank on the Funeral. And so I looked at the date on that article and then got the Friday after it, which was April 6th, so of 2019. And Kyle, since this is your pick and your pick alone, and no one influenced this decision, and no one else listened to this album this week, why did you bring us Matt Maeson, Bank on the Funeral, as our album review this week?
It all started with hallucinogenics. The song.
Can we make that into a button?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
There's a song on this album.
Yes.
Called Hallucinogenics.
Yes.
But Kyle also dabbles.
Kyle also took some.
Michelle had added that song to our playlist that we had a long time ago, and I didn't even think anything of it. And I was going back through our playlist, listening to some songs, and that came on again. I was like, oh, God, this is a damn jam. So I went and started listening to the whole album, and I got rehooked again.
Right on. And so more or less it was like, all right, well, hell, let's throw this in.
Yeah, and people will be confused if they go and try and look up stuff of his on Spotify because he has like 8 EPs.
Right, and that's what I read in that one.
And there's
review.
like 2 songs on each of them that aren't on Bank on the Funeral, but all the rest of the songs end up on the album. So it's like, it's confusing if you're trying to like dig around for
That's
stuff.
what I like to do when I'm trying to sell a product, is confuse people as much as possible. So Michelle is very good at it.
What?
Confusing people. Exactly. Just confusing people.
I'm just confused.
So this record for me, this is a weird spot for me to be in, but my favorite tracks on the record were the 2 that I recognized from radio.
I was going to say, I know that, because you're like, I don't think I've ever heard it. And I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you've heard some stuff.
The moment the second track started, I was in my car out loud. I was like, I do know this. So Cringe, which I think is hilarious that it says cringe like once in the song. And I was like, because I'm such a lyric guy. And then Easy on Me, Go Easy on Me, rather. That is like, I feel like I've even heard that in commercials.
I think so.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I feel like, because I've heard that song, I barely listen to the radio, and I've heard that song a lot. Lord knows I would never listen to whatever you put on a playlist, Michelle. So if it ended up on a playlist that you put on for me, there's no way I heard it there.
You just closed your ears when that song came on.
Yeah, I just drive around with my ears, just driving with one knee, have my ears plugged. So for me, and that's a weird spot for me to be in, because I'm always the guy that's like, oh, the singles aren't even close to the best song. But for me, the 2 singles are head and shoulders above everything else on the record. Just spoiler, I don't have any stinkers on the record, but those 2 songs specifically for me were like top tier tracks. What do you got for your best tracks, Kyle? Well, we know you like drugs.
I honestly think my favorite, Hallucinogenics gets stuck in my head, and I just find myself, I keep singing it over and over again in my head. I just don't care that much. It's probably my favorite song on the whole record, along with...
That opens the record, doesn't it?
Yeah. Along with Cringe and Go Easy. They're all just jams.
So we'll get into this when we get into the open discussion, but that song started some of the issues that I have with the record, which is, I don't have any stinkers, but the lyrics of this record are so contradictory. Like that song, he spends the whole song telling you how much he cares about all these issues in his life, and then he's like, but I don't care. I'm like, but you do though. And there's a lot of songs like that on the record where the lyrics are him. I think there's at least 2 songs where he outright says, I don't give an F, about that, but like you do. I don't know. It's almost like he's trying to convince himself.
So yeah, it's like a coming to terms self-reflection kind of record.
Yeah.
But I think that's also why the songs were split up on those EPs, right? So they weren't all part of one project to begin with.
Yeah, that's true too.
So when he added them all together, it may not like fluidly make sense.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. And I didn't know that going into it. Not that it was your responsibility to tell me. I just didn't know that until I read that article, and I was like...
I'm learning that right now.
Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, Michelle, lyrics are the words to the song. Like when I say lyrics, that's what he's singing. Those are the lyrics.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like a poem?
Yes, in a way. Yeah,
So
and you
when
put melody to it. Yeah.
When I listened to this and then I listened to the strip version, I was like, oh, I want to hear more.
Right.
So, and it looks like he has more albums. When I went to go look on him, it's like there's 5 songs
like,
and 3 of them
fooled.
are on Bank on a Funeral.
Would you say you were bamboozled?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's upsetting.
Yes.
Michelle, what are your best tracks on the record?
So many. I had a hard time
So many.
whittling this down.
She went with all of it.
I had a hard time whittling it down, and I didn't pick the singles because they've been overplayed for me.
Yeah, we heard about how you don't like it when other people listen to the stuff that you like. So yeah,
big hipster over here.
Yeah. If Matt Maeson ever has like a charting album, she's going to get a T-shirt that's like, "I was listening to Matt Maeson for you."
Did you know that Matt Maeson was supposed to open for Kaleo when we saw him?
Kaleo.
Yeah.
And that's great information.
Yep.
He was supposed to open for a band that we didn't get to go see.
Yeah.
Well, the tickets are still good for this year, so maybe I'll be there.
And we're going in April anyways.
I know. Don't Tread on Me, Legacy, Hallucinogenics, Beggar Song, Dancing After Death, and Feel Good.
So almost the whole record. Do you have any stinkers?
No.
No, giant surprise. So this is my thing. So we'll move over into the stinkers. I don't have any like for me, a stinker is a song that I never want to hear again.
Yeah.
Right? Or would strongly prefer that I never hear again. And there's nothing on here that I was like, do not ever play that for me ever again. But there was nothing that I outright loved. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think what's funny is I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm literally like learning this as we're doing this episode. It makes a lot more sense to me now how the album is so contradictory because it's sourced from so many different EPs, right? And who knows, he could have even felt one way about something when this EP was recorded and then felt differently then. So cohesion for me in albums, like I've labored the point about like track listing and, you know, and flow of albums. Big sticking point for me. I feel like if I would have known that ahead of time, I would have been better prepared to not constantly nitpick it for being inconsistent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people who lyrics do not matter to at all, but lyrics are number one with a bullet for me. So, and I don't expect everybody to be, you know, Roger Waters and write, you know, every album doesn't have to be a concept album or a big, you know, tell a huge story or whatever. But I just kept being like, from song to song, I would be like, but you just said, you know what I mean? Like, and so, like I said, I don't have any stinkers, but there was nothing that I like absolutely loved. But it all comes from how my mind works when I listen to a record. You know what I mean? So, having said that, are there any stinkers for you, Kyle? I'm guessing no, but
I guess it depends on what album I'm listening to and what artist I am listening to, whether I look at it as like a story or like a cohesive project. And I guess I didn't go into this thinking that, like, if I was to listen to like, you know, Kanye West, My Dark Twisted Fantasy, like I listened to start to finish on that because it's an entire like process.
Right.
But I go into that thinking that, and that's why I do that. Yeah. This, I love every song on it. So it didn't even really occur to me that he was like contradicting himself constantly.
Yeah. Like I say, I totally understand people who don't, not saying you don't care about lyrics, but I know people in my life who don't, like, lyrics don't occur to them at all. Yeah. Right. And it's a curse for me that they matter so much. Because, and I'm not saying you're like, you know,
no, I was going to say
that
the lyrics on this record, if you just took all the songs and pulled them apart and put them back on the EPs that they came from, the lyrics are fantastic. Right. Like, he is a great songwriter.
That's what I mean. Like, on his own,
yes.
I bet the songs that were paired, if they were paired up a certain way, I would have liked it more.
And, you know, I would be curious to go back and listen to each EP because the EPs do contain other songs that aren't on Bank on a Funeral. So I wonder if the 5 songs that are on those go all together.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if they don't.
I'm not
Are we
sure.
in another Delta situation?
We are not.
We're going to review other
No,
EPs?
we're talking specifically about this record.
Okay.
Were you here just now when we were talking specifically about this record? It's like in Shaun of the Dead. Sorry, I was worlds away.
I'm back with you.
Yeah, and we're back. So no stinkers for any of us, but you guys very much like each song. Well, Michelle likes every song.
I like every song, but they're not all jams.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to chart. We're gonna have to make like a flow chart for people.
Okay,
so they understand.
I think that he, based on like what I've read about him, like he's like an unintentional. He's unintentionally really good at what he does. Mm-hmm. The songs he wrote the songs. They're about like his life but like he knows how to write a hit song. Like Hallucinogenics is. If that doesn't get stuck in your head, then there's something wrong with you. It gets stuck in your head immediately.
Then you are deficient.
Yeah.
So
like he knows what he's doing. And
like the chorus of Go Easy on Me.
Yes.
Either I've heard that song 100 times before listening to this record, or that's just a super catchy chorus.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
I mean, I have played it for you a lot.
You have played it for me a lot?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's true. When would you have played it for me? When do we ever get together and listen to playlists?
Came out 2 years ago.
So anyways, what do you mean? You've never been like, here, listen to this.
I have.
That's lies.
Like she's rocking back and forth, just staring off into
What
the
is
abyss.
happening?
I don't even know what's going on right now.
I feel like I'm on a boat. Looking
like,
across here, and she's bobbing and weaving.
oh my God.
As far as open discussion goes, for this record. And this is where we are going to lean into that thing where I on purpose didn't listen to the stripped version of the record, because I would never say this is a poorly produced record. It's a well-produced record. But about 5 songs into the record, I found myself, every song that started, I was like, there's going to come a point where this is going to blow up. Mm-hmm. Like the song is going to go from being like almost a ballad to being, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but like almost all the choruses sound like Imagine Dragon-ish to me, like the big cannon shot snare and like echo and everything. And whenever that happened in every song, I kept being like, I bet I would like the stripped version of this more. And I, on purpose, didn't listen to the stripped version and haven't yet, because this would have just been me going, okay, I'm just reviewing that version. You guys talk about whatever version you want.
See, usually I'm like 50-50 with stripped versions of stuff, because sometimes it just doesn't translate well. Like,
right, I agree.
It's just people, trying to make their song sound differently or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he does such a good job at making the songs sound different, but like in a better way.
I think they re-recorded too.
On the stripped version?
Yeah.
Well, it would be re-recorded, right?
I just take the music out.
Nope, that's not how that works.
It's at this point in the show that I have to ask an honest question.
What is happening right now?
Did you come here today to mess with me?
Yes.
Did you wake up today and you were like, I'm going to mess with that dude so hard today? Okay. They would just take the music out?
You just thought that he just muted the track in the studio and just sang? Don't think so.
What would you say you do here?
I am the heel.
Oh my God.
You are comic relief.
Oh my God. If Matt Maeson was to listen to this right now, he would be very disappointed in you.
So I have a question for you, Kyle. I'm going to direct everything for the remainder of the episode at you. Am I right that the stripped versions of it are toned down the way all the choruses go nuts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm not against that. I'm just not going to phrase this right, but like I'm against it being on every song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like I would like it way
and
more.
I think part of that comes from, so when you write a catchy song like Hallucinogenics or Go Easy or Easy on Me.
Mm-hmm. Cringe is really catchy too.
If you write a song like that and someone, the label or whatever, whoever's like, man, that's a hit. So then you have it in your head that like this should sound a certain way as I'm writing this, and it's going to be a hit just like this was. And I think sometimes independent artists are ones that are on the come up kind of get stuck in that, trying to duplicate something and it's unnecessary.
Doesn't happen to just artists on the come up either.
No, yeah.
That's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. 4 albums in, they hit Pay Dirt with Under the Bridge, and then they were like, what if we just keep making that? And a lot of bands do that.
Yeah, that's totally
Chili
true.
Peppers are like my whipping post for that, but a lot of bands do that.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, well, like I said, I still haven't listened to the new Adele, but she absolutely did that between 21 and 25. She was like, oh, someone like you? Let's do that 12 times in a row.
And I'm not saying that Matt Maeson did that, but it's just, it's easy to get stuck in that sort of rut where you're like,
you have a sound too.
Yeah, this is gonna sound great.
Yeah.
And it does sound great, but it sounds like what you're describing.
Mm-hmm. For me, the record is reminiscent of Gavin DeGraw style lyrics and song structure, but then all of the choruses reminded me of Imagine Dragons. Like I don't like that much about Imagine Dragons, but the parts that I do like are what this reminded me of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that to say like, I'm not like, oh, he's just ripping off Imagine Dragons. I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying like for anybody who's listening to this episode who hasn't heard this album, that's how I would describe it to you. And I can't believe I'm going to ask you a question, Michelle, but I'm going to. Do you agree with what I had to say about that just now? Or did you even hear what I had to say just now?
What?
Yep.
No, I agree.
Okay. So
that is a good comparison. Gavin DeGraw, but
she's come down from on high and told me I did a good thing. I'm going to be on cloud 9 for the rest of the day. Great. That was worth all the irritation. Just to be have your you valid make what I said valid.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah. You literally just hear doom the mic drop. Would you buy this album is a question that we always ask. And here's the thing. I would not buy this for me, but I would totally tell other people to buy it, which is a weird situation to be in. Like, you'll be like, oh man, you own it? You like it? No, I don't, but you should. I know a lot of people who would really, I would bet anybody who, because a lot of our listeners do listen to the albums when we review them, and anybody who hasn't heard this are probably going to be like, damn, like that's a great record. It's not exactly for me, but I think that comes to how I like my albums structured. I bet you I would buy the EPs. Like if they were on 10-inch records or something, I bet I would buy those and play them for everyone. And then be like, okay, but don't do this all in a row.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I don't even know. For me, when I say do you buy this album, I usually think of vinyl just because I buy so much vinyl. But I don't even know. Is this even available on vinyl? Do you know?
I just bought it.
Spoilers.
Oh my God.
So I guess we'll skip you for now, Kyle. Michelle, would you buy this album?
So, funny story. I knew this question was coming, and all week I was like, I really need to buy this album. And then you asked it, and I was like, shit, I didn't buy this album.
She found it.
Did you buy both versions?
I only found the one. I was trying to pay attention and also buy the album at the same time.
Definitely using your phone to shop during the show is the way to go. So it is available on vinyl, Kyle.
Yes, it is.
I just found that out recently. And it turns out that since your old lady bought it,
yes.
you now. Kyle, would you, if someone hadn't already bought this album, would you buy this album?
I totally would.
Okay.
And
you can buy the stripped version though if it's available on vinyl.
That is true. There are other things that I like about the album besides the songs and the songwriting, but like the album artwork, the title of the album, like it makes it, I guess that makes it seem like it's cohesive until you listen to it.
Yeah.
Right? So like it looks like a cohesive, like purposely.
I will say I love the title of the album.
Yes. It looks like a cohesively constructed project. But then when you dig into it, you realize that like they rearrange stuff.
It's so hard for me. I keep saying this, but like I almost feel bad that I don't like it more than I do. But it's because that's how my mind works when I listen to music.
Yeah, and that's why the whole Adele thing came up because that is why so many artists, their albums are structured in a way that you listen to the entire thing all the way through. You're not skipping around like that. It's a complete project. Yes.
I don't think it's available on vinyl.
Okay, I appreciate you continually giving us updates. We have a Matt Maeson vinyl ticker running on the bottom of this episode. We'll let everybody know.
We could buy it on MP3.
Now, did you buy the rest of the copies so no one else listens to it?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're looking to buy this album on vinyl, you can't get it because Michelle owns them all now. Sure. We always have everybody rate this album on a scale of 1 to 10. Normally, we would go around the league and ask everybody if they would buy it, but there was an update during the show where we found out that Michelle not only would buy it, but did buy it. For my rating, actually, you know what? I think we always have the person who brought the album to us. Rate it, Kyle, out of 1 to 10. What do you rate this record?
Like an 8. Just because
What are points deducted for?
Because I honestly don't know what I would rate a 10. So like I don't know what I would consider to be like the perfect album.
When Michelle puts out an album, you'll know what a 10 is.
So it's like I like so much different stuff that I can't like pinpoint like.
Sure.
I don't know what a 10 would be.
Right on.
It's somewhere out there, and I know I've listened to it, but I don't know.
It's going to happen one day. I'm going to throw a party when he ever.
I just want to know that you guys are saying the same reasoning why I gave Pet Sounds a 5, and you're like praising him for that.
There
but
is
I get
no
shit
world
on.
where Pet Sounds is a 5. There is no world where Pet Sounds is a 5. That's just a fact. Like everything to do with music and art is subjective, except for that.
Okay.
There is a reason why 2 years into the show, people are still mad about your Pet Sounds rating.
Nobody's mad.
People are very mad.
People are not mad.
313-364-9899.
I already give up my cell phone.
Letter. I fucking should. That'd be great.
Oh, boy.
You can visit Michelle personally. 3160. Rated a record wrong drive. So, Michelle, what is your rating number for this
It's
record?
also an 8.
It's also an 8. And why did you detract points?
Because the stripped version's better.
Because he went and made the mistake of putting out a better version of the same album.
Yeah, and it's just...
But I totally get why you wanted people to hear this one first.
Yeah, because if you listen to the stripped version first, it would ruin the original record because
It's funny you say that. I will probably appreciate the stripped version
yeah,
more.
because it changes the entire tone of the record. It makes it. It's different.
Right on.
And you know,
Well, because there's no music.
well,
not what I said!
You know, you say the phrase, that's not what I said a lot on the show, and I don't know if you forget that we're recording.
yeah. So
No, but what I meant was you could just take all the tracks and manipulate them to be a stripped version instead of re-recording everything.
By
Isn't that-
taking out the music. Is exactly what you said. But yes,
Stop
I agree.
using my words against me.
Learn to use your words better, and then I won't have to.
I'm not drinking beer on the show anymore.
My rating on this record is a 5, and the reason why it's a 5 is not because
I almost
it's
spit out my water. There's no stinkers and you rated it a 5?
Yes, and if you hold on a second, I will explain my rating. Here's the thing. I'm right in the middle on this record. So for me, it's got to be a 5 because there's nothing I disliked on it, but there was nothing that I absolutely loved. Furthermore, there are records that there's nothing I love on that if someone said to me like, hey, should I buy this? I would be like, no, don't buy that. Whereas like, I know a lot of people who would love this album, even though I don't. So I can't rate it higher than 5 because I don't love it, but I would go around recommending it to other people.
So what you're saying is it rates the same as Pet Sounds. I feel like that's
Not
a
on
good.
this planet or any
I
other
feel
one.
like that's a good category to be in. I feel like that they're in good, Matt Mason's in good company.
There was a time where you constantly compared Pet Sounds to Dilbert Johansson or whatever the hell that guy is. You know, yeah. And we've been asked not to say his name on the show, so we always make up another name for it. It was made clear to us that that's a trigger warning. His name is
Dylan? What's his name?
Kennedy Mulrooney. I don't know.
Dilbert Kennedy.
And so now you've gone and compared this guy and his one album brought together by several EPs against the masterpiece that Brian Wilson was given to.
No, you did it.
No, I didn't. No.
So you heard it here first, guys.
You ever see an old Bugs Bunny cartoon where the plane's going down and they like can't pull it up? That's how the last 50 minutes of my life has felt. Like I almost want to like Roadrunner and like hold up a sign that says help.
Meep, meep.
Yeah. I've said this so many times in the near 20 years that I've known you, and I've said it a lot on our recorded history. There's something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you. And I feel like in this day and age of misinformation, where this Michelle is great lie keeps getting out there,
People are going to start reporting that as untrue. And flagged.
the tweets are going to start getting reported. It's going to be great.
Do you think that if the track listing made sense and everything went together cohesively, you would have rated it higher?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I get this is so weird because you would think a 5 is like a bad record, but it's really not. Like for me, I would rate it like a 2 if I thought it was like a really bad record.
Yeah,
and I can't stress enough. I would tell so many people to listen to this record, and it's another thing too. Like if you brought over your record because we know you bought it,
it'll be here soon.
I wouldn't be like, I don't want to put that on. Like I would listen to it and enjoy it. I just wouldn't buy it myself.
If I was like, hey, he's playing, we're going to see him. Would you like to come along?
Yeah.
Are you gonna spend the show texting me? Or are you gonna
please
watch
don't
the
do
show?
that anymore.
Oh, you're not invited, Kyle.
Things just got serious.
I need a babysitter, man.
That's true. So that is our album review
Oh,
of Matt Maeson, Bank on the Funeral. And I can't stress enough, I think other people should definitely check this out because a lot of people, there's going to be a certain amount of people who, first of all, don't even care if the songs like, you know, contradict or whatever. There's going to be a lot of people who don't care at all about lyrical content at all. Anyways, because it's not bad lyrics, you know, it's good stuff. And, but what's funny is I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go about listening to the stripped version of this and I would be shocked if I don't like it more.
I'm really curious to see what you think about the stripped version.
So you for real are interested in what I'm saying or are you just punking me?
No, I'm really interested unless
A lot of
it's
times
negative.
you end up not interested in what
Unless it's negative, then I'm not interested.
I would like to know too if anybody else recognizes the song when they hear it. If they are like, "Oh, I heard this a million times."
I'm pretty sure most of our listeners, as soon as cringe starts, they'll be like, "I've heard this." Yeah, because I did out loud in the car. I said it to myself, and then as soon as Go Easy At Me started, I was like, "Am I going to know the rest of this record? Do I accidentally know this whole album?"
Yep.
So, anyways, so that was a fantastic album for us to review. I like when there's points where I don't just come and be like, "Yeah, this is great. All right, moving on." You know what I mean? Like I like to have debate and discussion about things with Kyle specifically.
What?
Exactly. So. Good news, bad news, dear listeners. One is good news. You have another episode coming next week. The bad news is we then have to take a required 2-week break for
That's not bad news
on the show. That is bad news for everyone but you.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
And more good news, the last episode of this season and the last episode you're going to get in 2021 is going to be what is now apparently going to be an annual thing where we end out the year on our Spotify Wrapped episode. And I can't stress enough, if you haven't listened to our Spotify Wrapped episode last year, you need to go back and listen to that in preparation for this one.
I should probably go do that.
It was, I need to anyways to find out like exactly what our structure was, but I remember it being a lot of fun. We found out Kyle doesn't trust robots. We also found out that Michelle listened to way more stuff than we thought she did. And so I feel like it's going to be that way again this year. So
I already sent you my shit.
Wow.
I've never been happier to end an episode in my entire life.
Whoa.
So next week will be our Spotify Wrapped episode. And then during the 2 weeks that the podcast is on break, you will still get 2 vinyl videos on YouTube each week. And then somewhere near the top of January, we're going to come back, start off season 5 and our second full year, start our third year of doing the show. Sorry.
Third.
I got real confused by Michelle through this whole episode. And when we do that, it will be my turn for an album pick for to kick off season 3. So that will be a lot of fun. Michelle, before we let the listeners go, do you have any messages, anything cohesive you'd like to say to anyone?
How do you have eyes without a face?
Like we always say about this time, without music, life would be a mistake. Bye.
The Infectious Groove podcast is hosted by Russ Robinson, Kyle Wimple, and Michelle Koselecki. Produced and edited by Russ Robinson. Intro and outro music composed by Chris Kimmel. Opening credits read by Stacey Robinson. Recorded with a Rode Podcaster Pro and Rode Pod mics.